Any more questions, Mike?
Plenty more.
Ooh.
Plenty more. We're running out of time here.
Strong underscore roots underscore landscaping asks, if you were cutting all day and could only have one piece of PPE, what would you choose?
Respirator.
Headphones.
Ooh.
Oh, if I cut all day without headphones, my head will pound for 2 weeks
So
from
you'd
the
hold your
pitch.
breath?
I've breathed in so much dust already, bro, before there was any respirators. I come from a time before respirators, Mac, where you manned up. You just breathed. Again, we used to cut asphalt, asbestos filled asphalt in the city. You just cut that shit. My lungs are fucked anyways. I can't deal with the headache for a week from it. So
Yeah.
I would have headphones. They're my go-to PPE for everything. All the high pitch of the diesel motors, they give me like fucking crazy headaches.
Hmm.
So what would you take, Mike?
My first thought was respirator, but I didn't even think about the headphones because you can hold your breath, but you can't close your ears while you cut. So you bring up a really good point with the headphones. I'd probably go headphones.
What about if you can lose your sight from
Well, you can close your eyes.
Safety squint.
Yeah, safety squint. But there's nothing you can do with your ears. So I guess headphones is a good call.
I just don't want the headache.
Plus, you can listen to the Not Our Finest Hour podcast while you're cutting.
That's
Wow.
true.
That was awesome.
Great way to go, Mike.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing that's going to get us sponsorship.
By an earplug company?
Yeah.
I'm surprised more people don't sponsor podcasts, to be honest.
I'm surprised more people don't sponsor this podcast.
Yeah. Or anyone.
Next question.
Next question. Lukey landscape or Lukey scapes or Lucky scapes. I don't know. Lukey scapes. I'm sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly there. Karen, Deb, Nancy, or Barb. Which is the worst client?
Karen.
Karen, Deb.
Karen, Deb, Nancy, Barb.
Ooh.
Somebody's had a Barb here.
Nancy's going to be a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
I'll go Barb.
Not fancy Nancy, though.
Well, Nancy's going to be today. Like the client said, we need a garden that's 6 feet. We all knew the garden was going to be 6 feet, but Nancy felt that the plants didn't have enough room to grow and told the boys to make the garden 7 feet. And then the homeowner was like, no, put it back to 6 feet. And I'm like, really? We're still here after 15 fucking years. Can we just build what people want? But the plants need the room. They need the room to grow. Sorry, what the options were Karen, Barb,
Yeah. Deb.
Deb. I had a Deb. I'm gonna go with a Deb because I had a Deb once. It was like a fucking disaster. And that was at a disastrous time in my life.
Oh no.
She was a disaster. Oh,
Yeah.
Deb. Good old Deb. I'm going with a Deb. What are you going with, Mike?
I'm probably gonna go with a Barb.
Really?
It just sounds like a sharp name that would prick you.
Yeah, that's true.
Barb would prick you.
Fucking
Uh, so I have a neighbor, Barb, an inherited neighbor, because Barb is a new friend of the alcoholic neighbor that we have. And Barb is also an alcoholic. And she's up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Feels like she's looking right into your window. And she's out there all day and all night. And Saturday,
She retired?
she's retired or on assistance or whatever it is that
So she's
addicts
shacking up
do.
with that cripple that lives across the street?
Yeah, she is.
Oh,
There's four of them there now. Um,
just
anyway,
remember that that's just
yeah,
pointing out to everyone that that's how Chad described his neighbors. I just repeated it.
that's
Listen to episode 23 if you want to update on that.
so Barb
Actually, the
My
episode.
wife woke up Saturday morning or something like this, and she goes, "Did you put strawberry milk on the front porch?" I said, "No, why would I put a strawberry milk on the front porch?" I opened the door. Barb, the fucking neighbor, the drunk neighbor, put a strawberry milk on the front porch, presumably for our daughter. I picked up the strawberry milk, which was still cold, so it had been in the fridge at least an hour prior. After examining this fucking thing, it's a day expired and left on my front porch for.
So did you give it to your daughter?
Of course I didn't. I threw it right in the trash. Probably
But
right while.
now you need to thank her for the milk next time you see it.
Yeah.
No.
Created an
goes
awkward situation.
It goes a step further. So she's not allowed at the neighbor's house because the neighbor has told her that he doesn't want any part of this lady, and he's a busy man. He doesn't want this lady there.
You just want the strawberry milk.
I'm a busy man. I don't want this lady here.
Their beside neighbor has said, "You know what? Be respectful of your neighbors. Leave us alone." We came home from dinner on Saturday night, and Barb, drunk off her fucking arse, comes walking over and she goes, "I have something for you," and proceeds to hand my wife a candy, like one of those red and white striped candies, like a
Sick.
mint. This
Perfect.
is for you. And so my wife she goes, "Oh, thank you." And then she turns around and walks off. So I'm going to have a talk with Barb about how she's not allowed on her property.
But she's
And
so nice.
it's not a nice thing.
Can you
No.
tell her, listen, I'm a busy man. I don't have time
Listen,
for
I'm a busy man. I
I'm
don't
a
have time
busy
for your
man.
strawberry milk and your expired candies.
Your
I
shenanigans.
don't have time for your shenanigans.
Yeah. Yeah.
What does your shirt say on them?
What?
Good enough
What?
for the girls who go here or something?
Oh,
Good enough for the girls I go with? Is that not?
You
You
should
guys didn't
give
say
that to
that?
Barb.
Ugh.
Did you get any requests to buy that shirt?
Yeah, there's like 10 people who want that shirt. So maybe I'll send a few out.
Send it.
you need
I
to
would
make
send it-
a list shirt. Are you on
A
the
list.
list?
Are you on the list? Yeah.
And then have like a
Um,
list going 1, Barb, 2.
See, 3. What about a
Yeah.
Fran? What about a Fran?
I don't feel like Fran is the pain in the
I
ass.
can tell you
Garth
one
Fran.
name you don't want to deal with. Don't ever deal with a Garth.
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 If you do
Especially if
deal
there's
with a,
2 of them.
if you do deal with a Garth, just deal with one Garth at a time. Never get into a double Garth situation. Go ahead, Mike.
All right, I think this is the last one here.
I thought you said there was lots of topics too.
Oh, topics, no. Questions, yes.
You literally said there's lots of topics at the start of this episode.
Oh, in the questions,
Did
there's
anyone
lots
send
of
us any
topics.
reels of their favorite gurus to react?
We did. It just happened to be all one guru. Multiple reels of just one guru. And I really wanted like a broad range as opposed to focusing in on just
On
one
a single
person.
shirtless guru.
We've been talking about a university the entire episode, so I didn't think. So if you are listening to this and you know which guru we're talking about, send us other guru reels and we'll definitely react to them because we definitely need some variants.
So I was talking to a guy who lives and works in the same market as our shirtless guru, and I asked if he in fact lived at his parents' place. And he said he's pretty sure he lives at his parents' place and doesn't have all the things that he says he has.
Well, I mean, if people are signing up, how much is the university? 17,000?
15,000 the last he advertised.
Yeah, 15,000.
$15,000.
You too could be shirtless.
US. So that's 20,000.
You could be
Well,
shirtless.
that's 25,000.
You too.
Our dollar is useless. Worthless money.
Can we? I feel like the video that you posted of a guru who was looked to be possibly on some kind of drugs, that would be a great reaction reel too. Yeah,
I think that's a mental breakdown. I don't think we should be sharing that to the public.
why
That could be somebody on the brink of having a mental
he
breakdown.
shared it.
Yeah,
Maybe he needs to hire more employees.
I didn't videotape him in secret and then put it on the internet.
That's true.
It's not like someone who's fucking up the workout machine at the gym and I'm recording them and pumping them out onto Instagram. This fucker put this on there himself and we're just resharing it. So I think I'm sorry, in my mind, that's fair game.
Okay.
If you guys disagree, that's fine. But if we were in like some kind of private guru session with the guy recording him, he was doing that's not fair game.
Gotcha.
Well, we could be right or we could be rich. Roll the clip.
Roll the clip.
I mean, this is the same guru who advocated for building up your drug empire to support your landscaping business on other podcasts. So I think that that's also anyways, what's the last question, Mike?
Last question comes from Nathan Hartlob 99. Are you guys celebrating Pride Month, rainbow patios, etc.? Chad, you did a rainbow patio, didn't you? Or you tore one up or something?
Did I?
Years ago? I don't know. Or maybe that was a Canadian map or something that you
Oh, yeah. Well, they're one and the same now, apparently. Right?
Okay.
I don't think you can have one flag without the other now. Do what you want. Doesn't bother me.
But that's not an answer of whether or not you're celebrating it. That's just saying
I have nothing. It's not an accurate representation of the people around me and all that stuff. So like, I have no problem. Everybody do you and I'll do me. But I'm not going to any parade. I actually went to a parade on accident once in Boston, but that I just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time, but or the right place at the right time.
I was just saying maybe it was the right place at the right time.
It was a sight to see, that's for sure. But there were no children in the fucking parade back then, so it was a different time. I am not doing anything to celebrate. I have no problem with other people doing what they want to celebrate. Yeah, that's my answer.
We have no plans for a celebration currently at Beaver King. But being fair, we don't really celebrate anything. So
we don't take holidays.
I'm just saying, it's not like we don't celebrate any other month. So
yeah,
we don't celebrate this month. We're not a bank. Right? If we were a bank, then we would definitely have a celebration.
Or a beer company.
So we are none of those things. So if someone, I guess, wanted to have this all comes back to there's a cat that started living in our yard.
This all comes back to what?
Was it a cat or did it just identify as a cat?
No, it's a cat. And people are concerned about the cat. And I'm like, so the cat is becoming a topic of conversation. And people think the cat's pregnant. People are bringing food for the cat because it's pregnant.
Oh my God, it's a male cat, isn't it?
I don't know. And I was talking to someone about the cat today, and I said, listen, I got a lot of shit going on. I don't give a fuck about the cat. Now, I wouldn't run the cat over if I saw it or kick it. I don't have an inherent problem with the cat, but I don't give a fuck about the cat. The cat can go be a cat. I don't give a shit. I didn't ask it to come around. I don't want to feed it. I'm not looking for extra cat responsibilities. I'm not looking to transition a cat into our company. Like, I don't want anything to do with this cat. Now, that being said, I don't hate the cat. I have no hate for the cat. The cat can come around. I don't hit it. I'm not trying to run it down with a truck when I pull into the yard. And I don't care if other people choose to feed the cat. But the cat, I don't give a fuck about it. And I feel similar that this cat is a great example of how I feel about other things. You want to feed the cat, feed it. You want to take care of the cat, fucking take care of it. You want to have the cat around, I welcome it into the yard. But don't expect me to do fuck all with the cat, because I really don't care. It's not my fucking problem, and I'm too busy. So
this sounds like Chad's Barb situation. You're too busy for to deal with the Barb.
To deal with Barb? What's Ever After Landscaping doing to celebrate, Mike?
There's no plans right now to celebrate. It's I guess I'm too busy as well.
Which upset the cat. Would you be upset with the cat? Well, probably I would be, as someone who has a daughter in competitive sports. If a cat suddenly transitioned into the sport and took her place on the team, I would be upset about it. Yeah. I wouldn't
It's
think
not as cut and dry as you thought, was it?
Well, I don't care about the cat celebrating, is what I was getting at. But yeah, I guess you're right. Maybe I should be concerned about the cat. The cat decides to take people's
Is this silent? There's nobody talking?
No, he's being edited live.
What?
Oh, okay.
No,
We've been canceled. Zoom has taken us off the air.
People are texting me about why can't we get any more bins after 5:20? Because it's 5:20. Like,
it's a 24-hour.
It's not a 24-hour business. Guy. Like, we don't bring bins after 5. Like we don't run a lot after 5 o'clock. How many more bins do you want? Like, we don't generally run.
Who are these people that you're dealing with that they would not understand that? Is it a normal thing? Are there other people that have bins after?
I don't know. So I guess I've never had this problem before. Like, we don't usually drop off or deliver many bins after 5 o'clock. Like, we don't. I think what's going on here is the guys anyways, whatever. It's like, I'm not. What do you think, we're delivering bins till 10 o'clock at night? Like, that's,
Could be a hole in the market there.
I guess.
Start a bin company that operates 24/7.
24/7 bins, baby. Dig your fucking pool all night. Like, I don't know. Like, we don't generally do a lot of deliveries after 5 p.m. Like, because the problem is, what people don't see is, when you drop off a bin at 5:30, you have to drive somewhere to dump that bin and then drive to the yard, and then you're done at like 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, well, I mean, it says, has she already done her 14 hours? She doesn't work 14 hours a day. Like, my drivers don't work like that. Like, if you need someone that runs their trucks and their drivers hard 14 hours a day, fucking call someone else. It ain't going to be me. It's not productive. It's how shit gets broken and people get hurt. And,
We have one more question that came in.
Oh, sorry.
And we actually have a voicemail, but maybe we'll save that for next week. That it's been a month sitting there that I didn't realize was there.
Perfect.
So just for some housekeeping, I guess, we actually get a few messages, and I also get like a couple messages. I don't know if you guys get messages, but people saying like how much they really enjoy the podcast. And recently, there's a message saying that it got them through a rough week. Um, Other messages saying like they just really appreciate the honesty and the openness, and that this podcast really is not like others in the industry. So they really do appreciate it. So I just want to say my thank you to everybody messaging us and who resonates with this podcast and really likes it. I'm not going to make any of those messages public, so I'm not going to like announce your name. But if you do want to have a message like that be public, you can always leave us a review on the Apple Podcasts. So we'll always read those. And as well as the speakpipe.com/notterfinesthour. That's where you can send us a voicemail. So if you ever want one of those messages that you send us in private to be public, that's the best way to go about it. And a month later, we'll finally get to them. So that's all I'll say about that. Have you guys been getting messages at all about the podcast or anything like that?
I get some messages. Yeah.
Yeah, I get some. People love to rehash the jokes that we make and stuff. I think that's my favorite part.
Yeah,
That's true.
That's
Inside jokes are the best.
the inside jokes are great.
it's nice to get the messages. So I just wanted to say thank you to all those people that because we don't get paid to do this. So our, I guess, payment is some sort of appreciation, maybe. I don't know.
And if you know a sponsor, tag them.
Yes.
And
Send
we'll be
them our
nice.
way.
We'll be fucking nicer to them this time.
We
We'll be
Oh.
nicer to
Our overinflated egos were not particularly nice last time. So
at least we learned.
that's true. What's the last question, Mike? You're already over time.
All right, blackdiamond.pm. How long do you wait on an unpaid bill before taking more affirmative/legal action? I don't have anything to say so much about this because I haven't gotten to that point with anybody, but I'd be interested in what you guys say about it.
We usually phone, like Kelly does follow up after the bill goes overdue. And then I've only taken one to a legal. We usually try to give people other options. Like, do you have a piece of equipment you don't want? Is there something like, we try some other options. We only have one legal thing going on. And we did that based on what a bunch of other people that were owed money were doing. And then we did the same as them. So that's the only experience I have with it. And we just did the same as everybody else. We were within 60 days, so we put a lien on the property. And then I'm assuming they'll pay us out to get the lien off the property. That's what we did. We were within 60 days and we figured out we weren't getting paid, so we liened them. Past that, I don't have a lot of experience with those kind of collection methods.
What was the 1987 way of making sure you got paid?
I didn't back then. I was just like a guy shoveling dirt, so I wasn't super worried. I think I've told the story about when the checks weren't in the mailbox back then. What happened? Pretty sure I shared that on episode 64. I just have no idea what any of the numbers of these actual episodes are. But I just like it.
We're coming up on a year of recording, guys. That's pretty impressive.
That'll be.
I like
September.
that. I do like bringing up the random episodes because that's something that some of the other industry podcasts. Well, if you're listening to episode 72, you would. So I just start dropping episode numbers throughout the podcast. I don't even know if we have numbered our episodes.
We have not.
So finding episode 23, you better work at it. You better count it backwards. So how do you collect money, Chad? What's your legal response?
So we try to only work for big GCs that we have a history with, and we're finding out now that anybody new into the mix, as soon as we are completed our job, we lien the property no matter what. wheeling the job. It's a couple $100. You like as soon as you're done, you put that lien, regardless of whether they say they're going to pay you or
Yeah.
you're having problems or nothing. You just straight to lien. I guess it's a pretty common thing to do. And I mean, you're covered your bases that way and
Yeah.
can't get away without paying you. So don't be afraid to lien things. I think, and I mean, it's nothing personal, right? Like the client will sometimes get really upset about it, but it's nothing personal. If they intended on paying you, then they should have no problem with a lien, right?
Yep.
So,
I agree. And
but
that's the end. Oh, go
yeah,
Chad.
no,
Don't
consult your lawyer before doing anything.
your local lawyer.
Your local lawyer.
And we don't sell any like kind of legal contracts on our website or Instagram page, so we have nothing to gain here. Like we're not selling off contracts. So. But if we were selling off contracts, you should check them out with your lawyer every time we do that. So yeah, you should definitely do that.
Yes.
But anyways, this is the end of the episode, motherfuckers. Mike's got to go. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.